Welcome to the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. I am working on a project today. I've been working this past couple of days on redoing some rabbit cages. I built this hutch. That's been a while. I can't even remember. Maybe 10 to 15 years ago. I think it was before my kids started coming along. I was raising rabbits. Then, like with so many other things, just things, life getting in the way, job, and getting too busy with other things, I kind of got out of the rabbit business. But I've been wanting to get some meat rabbits. I've got one rabbit. And then this is an old doe. She's been hanging on for a few years now. But these cages I had built, this guy, he made turtle cages. And back then, I'd never built a cage. So I got with him, and he was real reluctant about building these cages. And I remember when I went to pick them up, he told me not to ever ask him to build cages again for me. And as I was leaving, I told him that I wouldn't. So I used these cages for some years. He didn't do the floor right. If you look, he put these little 1/2-inch squared hardware cloth down on the bottom. And when the rabbits poop, it catches up a lot easier. And this stuff, that's hard to clean with the way the floor is. But I built some cages, and I did them right. All right, these are my new cages that I built this past couple of days. Been working on them. The wire for the sides and the top, it's a 2 by 1 inch rectangle, and then the bottom is the 1 inch by 1/2 inch rectangle, and this gives them plenty of support for their feet they rest on, and when they poo, it falls through, doesn't get as caught up as easily with that smaller hardware cloth that dude had used. And also put a buffer in between the cages, kind of gives them a little space from each other, and also can stuff feed hay down in there for them to graze on. But I'm gonna get these cages hung up today. That's my plan. And move that doe over into one of these, and then take down that the row that is still up there. And I'm working on another set. I'm gonna have 6 cages total. And I'm hoping to find me a buck and 2 does here and get started back into raising my meat rabbits. And it's funny how things just over time, the environment is just so hard on things, and just stuff just rots. I had put a piece of wood up just to kind of support here, and it rotted. So I found a 2x4 just treated, and I'll replace it, and that'll give some support here. The hutch is holding out pretty good. I built this thing some years ago, like I said earlier, and I was raising rabbits, doing pretty good for a while, and just got out of it. So hopefully get restarted here. I gotta do some maintenance, tear those cages down, put these up. So I'm gonna try to do that now. All right, man, it feels good to get something accomplished. I got the new cages up. I got the rabbit moved over to her new side. Got these old cages down. And I'm gonna get back up here and work on, I gotta build 2 more cages and then put those 3 together, and they'll go right here. So I'm gonna work on that. And I'm just sitting here looking at all this stuff, just how this rabbit, I had left her box in there over you. I got, man, just complacent with stuff. And it's just time to start over. So she is happy in her new home. Got the cages level. They're hanging good and strong. All right, so that is that. Now I just need to go up there, and I'm gonna take the top out of this cage. The wire was a little different when I measured, and so I'm having to use these top side of these old cages to get the right area for the top. Because the 2-inch rectangles that I bought, it's not as wide. So they change things over years. I didn't want to make the cages too small. I do want her to have some room to, you know, get some exercise. I mean, what kind of exercise? I guess I can put some treadmill in there for a bench so she can do some presses and fix her some pull-up bars. All right, well, I got the tops cut. And you get up here and put these cages together. What's a group of rabbits called? Is it called a warren? I don't have a warren of rabbits. I think that's what it's called, a warren. Is it W-A-R-R-E-N? Warren? You know what a group of baboons is called, right? A congress. And I think a flock of crows and ravens are a murder of crows. All right, well, now I'm going to sit here, get these cages put together. Who knows, I may have them all put up today. What I'll next have to do is find some rabbits. I've been looking online, and here in the state of Alabama, there are rabbit trees all over the place. I had found a breed of rabbits some years ago in Pensacola that I wanted to get, and it was a meat rabbit. That's what I'm going to raise these rabbits for, is a source of meat. Oh, that's sad. I don't know if any of you guys ever eat rabbit, but it's real good. It's white meat, real healthy meat. It's low in cholesterol, if you're worried about cholesterol. Real clean looking meat. Cook it, barbecue it, you can stew it, roast it. What's that, fricassee? What is that called? Every time I think of that, what was that, Bugs Bunny? Succotash, or whatever it was the king was wanting. And I think Yosemite Sam was the chef, so he was trying to kill bugs and put him in that, whatever that dish was. It was funny. But I am trying to get another source of meat for us. You know, I've been hearing like there's going to be a food shortage. I don't know. I'm not really seeing it here. But you get online, people talking about stores are empty. I do know they're holding up from what I see on the news. I haven't seen it firsthand, and it's starting to be where it's just hard for me to believe anything that I'm hearing or seeing on the news or on social media. But people are saying it's happening. You know, they're holding all that cargo at port. But the governor of Florida, man, really give him a thumbs up. He has opened up the ports, and stuff's coming out, and they're shipping it by train and trucks, and they're moving it to where it needs to go. But at one time, I was raising rabbits and was doing fairly well. My dad raised rabbits, and I remember, and I'm sure my brother and sister remember all the rabbits my dad had. He was real good with doing raising them, and he made a little bit of money here and there selling them. I remember the first time I saw him slaughter the rabbits. We had went to a barbecue. I think it was on the 4th of July, and we all slept out at one of my aunts and had a pig in the ground. My cousins were cooking, and he brought some rabbits over there. And if I remember this right, my brother and I, we were kind of like, what's he doing with those rabbits? And Daddy took those rabbits, and him and my cousin went behind a truck, and they were popping them rabbits. My dad could take his hand and hit that rabbit right in the back of the head and instantly kill it. Man, he had some strong hands. He was a glass glazer. Man, he was so strong. I had me a little club that I had to make when I dispatch them. And later on, I'm probably going to, hopefully, when I get the rabbits and start breeding them again, I'll have some to slaughter off, and be a cool video to make and cook one over the fire. That's a good idea for later on. All right, guys, well, I'm going to get to making these other cages. I just wanted to share this with you. I'll have 2 rows. Also, the way I'm doing this, I'm going to have much wider walking space. But I do believe these cages are plenty big. And I think the New Zealand's, when they get full grown, that's the breed I'm going to get. That's the #1 selling breed of rabbits, is the New Zealand's. And I'm going to get Californian too. But if I can find those silver fox, I know I'm kind of all over the place right now, so y'all forgive me. I'm going to try to find those. There was a rabbitry in Pensacola that sold the silver fox, and they get to 10 to 11 pounds like the New Zealand's do. And they're beautiful rabbits, and they get a higher price for them because of the rarity of them. They're also, I think, what they call a fancy breed, show breed. And there are places that still have county fairs and things like that, and people show rabbits in the fair. I know in Perry, Georgia, the National Fair, they have rabbits over there that people show, and may get into that. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Redoing the rabbitry, the rabbit hutch, and hopefully here before too long I'm gonna have at least 3 more rabbits. I want to get 2 more does, younger does, and a young buck to get started. All right, guys, y'all hit that like button. Feel free to comment. Just say hi. I think the comments, the more you comment, I think that kind of throws these videos into a different algorithm. I've been noticing, and I know y'all keep hearing me repeat this, but my videos, my subscribers are kind of just staying right at around 357. It'll go up to 359. I don't think I've got to 360 yet. And it'll drop back 359, 358. Now I'm back down to 357. I think YouTube is doing this. My videos can't be that boring and unappealing to watch. But if they are, oh well. I hope some of you guys are enjoying these things. Y'all have a great weekend. I'll see you later. Take care.